folks, welcome to my small English garden. Let's go and walk around this morning. It's 19th of August 2026. We had a heat wave, we got a hosepipe banned, and that's the reason why the grass looks sorry for itself. So I'm just going to go and have a look what's happening in the garden this morning. I haven't been in the garden for a few days. My little roses, well, this one is thriving and this one is feeling sorry for itself. It's because of the heat. The sun caused that to well, as you can see, the color of that rose compared to these ones here. Now this rose was exactly like this one about a month ago, but it's pulled itself together again and now it's thriving. It's probably got used to the sun. But that one is feeling sorry for itself. Too much heat. But it's going to be like that one a couple of weeks time, because this one here lost all its leaves, everything, and now it's got used to it. So it's not what I want to talk about. Basically, I wanted to say, if you've got a little small garden like this, you can grow quite a few fruit trees. If you're interested in growing fruit trees in your small garden, and I got here nectarine, which I got this about 7 years ago, and it was growing in a pot, and I planted down here about 2 years ago, and it's growing triple the size, and it's had a bit of a issue a few months back when it came out of dormancy, because in UK you get a lot of rain, and the rain brings a fungus, peach leaf curl. It's got a fruit in there, but the fruit split, same as this one. Now I don't know whether it wasn't getting enough water, or I overwatered it because of the weather condition. So I should investigate why it's cracked this fruit. And that's the side of the garden. I've got quite a few plants down there, palm trees. What else have I got? What, this beautiful rose, which I pruned it, and it's got a new growth coming out. Honeysuckle, palms growing in the pots. They've been in there 25 years. I've got jasmine up there. The problem with a jasmine is they need pruning twice a year, otherwise they get out of hand. Anyway, let's get back to the main point that I'm trying to make. If you have a small garden and you want to grow fruit trees, you can. Now I've probably got I've got nectarine, palm tree, I've got black Morello cherry tree over there, which is that one. I've got apricot, this one here, which I should prune when it goes into dormancy, and I've got another apricot there, and I've got satin flat peach over here, and I had another peach tree here, but unfortunately I over pruned it and it died. I'm still learning about gardening. I'm not saying I'm an expert, I'm a beginner. And I've got melons growing in here. I've got watermelon, and that watermelon germinated very late. And it's 19th of August. I don't think I'm going to get any watermelons on it, but it started to flower. As you can see, there's a little watermelon here, and I pollinate it by hand. As you can see, the flower down here, which I use to pollinate it by hand, and there's another one growing down here. It's got a couple of melons on there, watermelons, sorry. And my melon is still growing. As you can see, there's a, you probably hear the wasp. As you can see, there's another melon here. There's another melon just here. All growing in pots in UK. And I've got another melon, different variety over here. There's one there, and there's another one there. Again, growing in pots. I'll probably get another couple of melons down there, which is flowering, and it's got little tiny melons on it. So I'm not building my hopes out on that. And I've got another gherkin growing in a pot. Let's get out of here. And what I've done is I've grown lavenders to attract the pollinators. This is my aubergine. Again, because of the weather condition, it's growing a lot of flowers, but not any aubergine yet. Last year I grew a different variety of aubergine, and by middle of August I had about 10-15 aubergines on it. Same goes with the peppers. Again, 19th of August, and not any peppers on it. It's got flowers on it. Same as this bell pepper. It's got one pepper on it. It's just growing another one just here. That's my cucumber. It's massive. I had about 4 cucumbers that size on this plant here. And the tomatoes are really feeling sorry for themselves. I don't know if anybody else has got the same problem as me because of the hosepipe ban and the heat. It must have gone up to about 36-37 degrees. I don't think the tomatoes in this country can stand the heat. There's a nice tomatoes here. Let's have a taste. Nice flavour, but they're not ripening. Artichoke. Here is the tomatoes. They're still green. Here's one here. Let's have a taste of this one. Not bad, but the tomatoes are taking their time to grow and get ripened. These are supposed to be giant tomatoes. Last year they were that big. Last year, same seeds, nothing. Like I said, I don't know if anybody's got the same problem. And here is the flowers of the melon. Let's have a look at these gherkins. There's quite a few gherkins on there. I must have picked about 25-30 gherkins of this one. Morello cherry, black Morello. Again, I'll wait until it goes into dormancy and prune it and give it a nice shape for next year. But I won't prune the branches that's growing this year, because that's when you get the fruit. Last year's branches bear you the fruit for this year. Same as apricots. Yeah, all in all, it wasn't a good year as last year. Last year I had 5-6 melons, again grown in a pot from each plant. This year I only had 2. I got 1 left there. I picked the other one the other day to taste it. I only got 2 on that one, and no watermelon, which I had a watermelon last year. It was lovely. This is my blood orange, which I done a video in. The leaves was going all yellow, and I must have overwatered it, so I've changed it into a different pot, bigger pot. Same as my Mediterranean clementine. Now they're both thriving. All the yellows was falling off, sorry, all the leaves turned yellow and they were falling off, so did the fruits. As you can see, one of the fruits on the blood orange, I gave this a real good prune, and it started to grow new. Can you see? It started to grow new branches, and I put this wire on there to train the branch going 45 or whatever degrees that is up. And the grapes are doing really good, but unfortunately I brought the wrong grapes. Spider. Big seeds, yeah. Let's have another taste of this one. Unfortunately I bought this 25-26 years ago, and this is the only variety of grapes they had in a garden centre. And it's got big seeds in it, so I let the birds have it. Same as this one here. Let's have a taste of this one. Very tiny. They're not really table grapes. I can squeeze them and drink their juice, but I'm not going to waste my time on that. So starlings, as soon as they come back from the field, there's a lot of fields at the back. I live just on the edge of the town, and there's a lot of farms and fields at the back, and this is the time of the year where the birds go when they're harvesting the wheat, and they go for the seeds. Nice big bunch here. And this is my fig tree. It's only got about 6 or 7 figs in it. Again, because of the drought, hosepipe ban, couldn't. And this is the cutting from my favorite rose. So is that. I was eating seedless clementine, and I found a couple of seeds, or was it tangerine? I found a couple of seeds and I planted them in there, and now I got 2 tangerines growing. I thought that was unusual. It says seedless on the tangerine, and I found a couple of seeds and I planted them in there, and it's growing. It's this rose here. I got a cutting off of this rose. Again, the sun is burning it and turning it like a tissue. The smell on this is beautiful. I only buy roses that has a smell. And that's my loquat, which is going to flower about November. I won't get none loquats because the frost is going to kill that. It does it every year. Every year I get flowers. I tried to protect it many times and I haven't been successful. The frost kills it. That's been there 28 years and I keep pruning it so that it doesn't grow big, otherwise it'll be about 30 foot high. Yeah, so if you've got a small garden, you can grow fruit trees, you can grow loads of vegetables, which I had growing at the back of it in pots, and I put them down here because it's easy for me to water them when it's compact in this area. But the main story is I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fruit trees. Well, I had 7. So in this small space you can grow 7 fruit trees, but they've got to be semi-dwarf, and every year prune it and keep it under control, not let it grow more than 7 or 8 foot. Now that is growing about 8, 9 foot, so I should prune that. When it gets dormant, bring it down to about 5 foot or 6 foot and give it a nice shape. But make sure you don't cut the this year's growth, because next year you won't be getting any fruit. It's always, stone fruit is always grows fruit a year before growth. That's it, folks. If you enjoy gardening and you want to grow some fruit trees and you only got a small space, you can grow them in a small patch like this, and sometimes you can even grow them in pots, like what I'm doing with my clementine and blood orange. Thank you for watching. See you next time.